11 Stephen King Writing Tips. For Stephen King, keeping the writer engaged is also important. Having a solid first line for a book is a way into the story for a writer, just as it is for a reader. It's a doorway that both must fit through, so taking the time to construct a solid door is important. That's just one of Stephen King's writing tips. Here are more of his writing tips that have been developed over the years, often through a trial and error process. Avoid using a passive voice. Being passive is equated to being timid from a reader's standpoint. A writer needs to be courageous. They have something to say, so just say it. The passive voice is safe. But being a writer means taking risks. Number 2, adverbs should be avoided whenever possible. Adverbs, when used wisely, contribute to the picture being drawn through the writer's words. Using them can also become a bad habit because they are not often needed. You'll often see writers using an adverb after he and or she said moments in dialogue. She said passionately. That's fine on occasion, but an adverb is not your friend. Structure is important, but not the most important thing. It's important to have good grammar when writing, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Your goal is to draw people into the world you've created. You want the reader to feel welcomed. Number 4, take time to read every day. If you don't have time to read, then you don't have time to develop the skills you'll need to write. Number 5, write for yourself. It's important to tell a story that the audience is going to like. If you don't write something that engages a reader, then you won't sell anything as a writer. Yet, if you don't write for yourself first, you won't actually write anything that is meaningful. Your main job is to tell a story to yourself. Number 6, stand up to fear. The reason why many writers don't actually write is because they're afraid of being judged. Sure, it's scary to put a story of your own creation out there. However, if you stand up to those fears instead of succumbing to them, then you'll notice a marked improvement in your writing. Number 7, shut off the television. TV is a distraction. The same could be said of social media, video games, email, and your smartphone. If you find that something is taking you away from your writing time, then it needs to go. Number 8, stay in the present. Starting on the first page of your book can feel intimidating if you're focused on the end of your project. It takes a lot of time to write a book. Try to stay in the present and focus on the next words you need to write. Make them meaningful. Then repeat. Pretty soon the story begins to write itself, and you're not worried about reaching a certain quota. Number 9, check your ego at the door. Write without judgment. Number 10, research. Focus on those unique and powerful elements in your stories that make for great storytelling. Number 11, write because it makes you happy. When you're writing, it should make you happy or don't write. Many writers seek fame from writing. Sometimes it seems like those things are happiness, but that kind of joy is fleeting at best. Writing lets your mind be free, and it's that freedom that should make you happy. Stephen King has sold more than 350 million books, but he was also rejected hundreds of times when he was first getting started. Through these writing tips, he learned to persevere. You can do the same, no matter where you might be in your writing career. This is Melissa G. Wilson from Networlding. Please visit me at www.networlding.com and sign up for my newsletter, where I continue to share the best insider tips, secrets, tactics, and strategies for writing, publishing, launching, and selling your book. Thanks, and here's to your success in publishing.